Have you ever wondered how a news department works? You haven't wondered that, but perhaps you have. Where do the stories come from? How do we get them on the air? All this week, Dr. George joins us with a special report on how we do the news. And tonight he begins with a look at the people you do see in front of the camera, the Eyewitness News anchor team. This is the part that we know the best.
Welcome to broadcast news.
Yes.
You know, here at Eyewitness News, we have 10 regular anchors. 10 heroes and heroines, too. Every day, you'll see them sitting here telling you about the tragedies, the joys, the developments, the changes, bad news and good news. And we thought you'd like to see them in a different light, not as news anchors, but as people, beginning with the team who arrives here before the sun's up.
Go ahead and check on it anyway, and I'll ask her whether she's going to use it, and if it's still going on and it's good, we could send Elaine down there. If not, well, at least use a VO or something on it.
Full details on these stories and the rest of the news coming up at 6:30 on Eyewitness News this morning.
Eyewitness News reporter Mark Coogan is live in Oakland this morning with
When the 6:30 a.m. show is off the air, the anchors are off to cover stories for other newscasts. In fact, all of the Eyewitness News anchors have dual jobs.
Okay, Nancy Popkins writing that.
There's a story on the wires, and what I'm trying to do by making a bunch of calls is advance that a little bit. And get
Our anchors also do mini-docs, special multi-part reports on various subjects.
Two young men that I knew very well for 20 years are dead.
He's just talking about the fact that basically that you've got this war going on in the streets and the neighborhoods.
I'm working on a mini-doc on prostitution.
I thought all an anchor ever did was to pick up the script and read it.
Not this anchor. Maybe some. I don't know of anybody around here that does.
For the business report, you want me to write the stocks?
This is not something most people know, but when I first came here about 20 years ago, Harold Green was my producer-director. He was. Harold Green. And you know I'm an old man, and he is actually 74 years old. Harold, you must be at least that old to have done all of the things that you've done.
I feel like it's
What else have you done here?
Well, let's see, I've been the...
Besides being an anchor.
Yeah,
all right?
I've been the producer of the news, a writer on the news.
Yes.
I have been a reporter.
One and a half?
Well, no, it'll be like a minute 30. But do we have to drop the FDA thing still?
No.
I have been I've been the sports caster here. I've done the morning show, AM Los Angeles.
Those stories and more on Eyewitness News tonight.
And I produced and created a show called Hollywood Close-Up that ran on the weekends here. And occasionally I've swept up just before I left.
Why do they need makeup? Both men and women. There has to be a reason.
The light is so bright out there that it takes all the color out of a person's face. And she gives it a little more color than it really has because it's going to be blasted with so much light that it needs a little extra.
You can't beat perfection. You just got to wipe them down.
You can't beat perfection. No.
This is how I get the real tan over here, George. This is it.
Do I look better now? Like many of the professionals in this extremely demanding job, it can be very difficult juggling career and home life.
It's terribly difficult.
Yes.
When I'm here, I feel guilty that I'm not at home. But if I stay at home too long and I think I should be here, then I feel guilty too. It's just a matter of priorities.
Being an anchor news person can be very stressful, particularly when breaking news happens close to airtime. I think one of the most interesting times news-wise was when we had the earthquake. And you were busy.
Really, that's a very enjoyable situation. If you're not afraid of saying the wrong thing, it's really fun to work without a script and to be able to just tell people what's been happening.
If something comes out of our mouth that's incorrect, it's really our responsibility.
And people blame you for it.
Well, yeah, because they don't know of all these other people that are working. So, yeah, it's important that we try our darndest to make sure that it's correct by the time we do it. George, don't bother us. Thank you.
He's thinking?
He's deep in thought. Preparing tonight's commentary, which obviously nobody's going to be able to read. Look at that.
Nobody's going to be able to understand it either. I don't even know what it's about. I don't quite get it.
I think coming from you, people will understand it.
I do too. Bruce Hershenson, of course, is a commentator here at Eyewitness News. He is considered one of our on-air specialists. The Franklin scale of 1 to 10 is the work of our cinema critic, Gary Franklin. We have two medical specialists, Dr. Dean Adele, and Dr. Art Uline. Our music news is left in the hands of Francesca Capucci. Henry Alfaro helps you with consumer problems in his 7 on Your Side segment. Pam Thompson covers Hollywood as our entertainment reporter. And then there's our wayward travelers, Fred and Elmer.
This is Fred Anderson. And this is Elmer Dills, somewhere in the jungles of Costa Rica.
Tomorrow we'll show you what it takes to be a news camera person. And we'll take you to the heart of the news operation, the assignment desk. I learned more things about how the newsroom works while I was doing this series. Paul?
I'll bet you did, because I saw you running around there for at least a couple of weeks with the camera crew and everything.
Yeah. It was fun.
I'll bet it was.
It made all of us a little self-conscious because we're not used to having cameras up there. I got pictures, some of us eating and doing
Shirts
hey,
unbuttoned,
take
things
that
like
camera
that.
away.
All right, good. See you tomorrow night?
Thanks, George.
Okay. And the news will continue now at 6 o'clock with Harold and Tawny. Dr. George on set with us again tonight to continue his special report on how we do the news. And tonight we go to the beginning of the news gathering process. That is the assignment desk and those Blue Crew minicam crew vans. And here's Dr. George. George?
People always ask, how do I get a story on the news? They call us on the phone.
You're right.
Now they'll find out. Because there are literally dozens of people involved in each and every story that you see here on Eyewitness News. But all stories begin at the assignment desk. That's where the decisions are made about what stories to cover and how best to cover them. And it's where the crews and the reporters start their day.
And that aid's being supported by Block and by Antonovich.
So we need the news conference shot, then the demonstration.
Eyewitness News assignment desk.
At Chapman College in Orange.
We have been designated as the only crew that can go inside and shoot.
The assignment editor, along with the executive producer, decide what stories to cover each day.
Is there any reason 29 has to be at Chapman College tonight?
Yes.
Why?
I'm in bed.
Can you come talk to me, please, because the plan for tonight has changed.
Use a beta cam, which is a camera that just requires one person to run it. The recorder's in the back, the camera's in the front, and run around town and gather the news.
Good morning. Is everybody ready?
Yeah, Minicam 9, we're leaving City Hall. We're going to head on down to the Coliseum Commission.
Listen, my name's Mark Coogan. I'm with Channel 7, KABC-TV. Oh, you got to get the other side. Otherwise, people don't have a fair shot at the story. They don't have any understanding of what went on. You give them one-sided information. First of all, it's wrong. It's just plain morally wrong. Second of all, people have certainly other options to watch the news, and pretty soon they'll find out they're not getting a straight story or an honest story, and they'll depart.
I got a gig with Capucci at 4 o'clock in Beverly Hills.
Throughout the day, scanners are monitored to keep track of what police and fire departments are working on. When a news story breaks, the assignment editor must get a crew and a reporter on the scene with as much information as possible.
Mark Brown is on 80 for the writer on Mark Brown's remote.
I think that we all have a lot of respect from the people that are out there.
Yes.
They know us. They know we're going to be fair to them. They may not like what we say, but they know we're going to be fair, and they know they're going to get a fair shake, and that it's going to be a balanced report.
Murder which occurred on February 25th this year. In the field, the reporter and crew work together to get the information and visuals to tell the story.
The important thing is to make sure the reporter gets what she wants, which is probably the hardest thing to do. Because when she can't write verbally, we've got to try to visualize for her. I got a good shot, so I'm happy, thanks. The reflector is used to reflect the sun, as much sun as I can get on her face, to brighten up her face when I've got a very bright background.
Bob Banfield, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
The field crew and reporter are always working against the clock, particularly with breaking news. When time permits, the reporter brings the tape in. He or she will sit at a computer and write a voice track.
Here's a track, 3, 2, 1. It was a murder that shocked the city.
Then the editor puts the words and visuals together to create a news story. When time is of the essence, tape is fed to the station.
This is transmission to unit calling in.
The engineers in transmission help the crews in the field find the strongest signal to feed in their tape.
Hi, Alice. Minicam 11 on Santiago.
There's some tape to feed.
Now, they should only feed what we need to use to get turned around for an update remote.
Pass on the Mark Brown that we're looking for a 6 o'clock wrap.
Transmission is also responsible for all of our live reports.
I'm Joe McMahon reporting live in Santa Monica. Back to you in Hollywood.
All right, Joe, good report.
Art Rascone is going to come up at the 5 o'clock hour to do a live remote from this particular site.
Reporting live from Beverly Hills, Art Rascone, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Paul?
All right, Art, thanks.
Thank you, Art.
Thanks to ever-advancing technology, we are able to get news to you from anywhere. Right now, we are one of the few stations in town to have a satellite truck. This $500,000 communications wonder has its own generator, editing system, phone system, and, most impressive, it can send signals directly to satellites in space. This truck can literally go anywhere in the world and feed video to our station.
Hello, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello,
Guys,
hello,
you're doing
hello.
great. You're doing great.
All right, no, we got to move the truck. They're going to open
Tomorrow, breaking news. You'll see and hear just what it takes to cover a major story in Southern California.
Professional cleanup crew to come in.
And that's tomorrow. But there's going to be much more the rest of the week, including a look at how writers and editors take raw video and make a news story, and a special look at our sports and weather departments. How do you like it so far?
Well, I'll tell
like
you
it a
what,
lot.
I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I just sat here transfixed. You really did a good job on that.
Yeah,
And the cameraman that shot that for you did a wonderful job.
Yes, Marco Robolino did a lovely job. Teamwork, that's the essence of what we saw
Sure
tonight.
is.
That's what makes this place
Tomorrow
work.
more.
Thank you. Look
Thank you,
forward to it, George. That wraps it up for us. Well, it's time once again to take you behind the scenes of Eyewitness News. We pull back the curtain tonight and show how we do it. Dr. George joins us to continue his special report with a look at how the station covers breaking stories. This is the best part of all, I think.
This is the best part. Well, outside of sports and weather, which comes on Friday.
That's also good.
But, and in the television news business, we cover a lot of stories on a variety of topics. But nothing is more important than getting major news to you as quickly as possible. Now, what you never see is what our crews and reporters go through to cover a breaking story. That is, until now. But on any given day, breaking news always has first priority. Now, for example, one day my cameraman and the producer for this series were on their way to a truck explosion in Santa Monica Freeway.
Okay, stay behind the first ambulance. You'll see some other vehicles and things like that. Okay, there'll be some officers direct you in. Just go in slow, okay?
They had planned to show you how our news crews cover breaking stories. But as it turned out, they were the only ones there. And so this series had to take a back seat to the breaking news. When reporter Mark Brown and the crews arrived on the scene, well, we'll show you what happened.
You know, it took us so long to get here because they would not allow us to come up on any ramp here at all. Yeah. We've passed under the freeway, we've gone back this way, we've gone all the way around to try to get back on the other side. Then we see you going up Pico, and it's like, what is this? It was unbelievable.
By the time we pulled up to this story, we were very close to our on-air slot.
Yes, I'm here at the accident scene and would like to set up a signal.
When I was setting up a signal, I put the mast up in the air. It is a 40-foot mast that extends out of a shaft inside the truck. And this is so we can go live. And on this particular day, I set up to Mount Wilson.
Okay, I'm going to pin.
Okay. There is a person back in transmission who is accepting the signal.
I did not see you at Santiago at all. Let's see if we can get it into Wilson.
All right, no, we got to move the truck. They're going to open up the number 1 and 2 lanes.
We were getting ready to go live, and they wanted us to move to the opposite side of the freeway. And so we had to physically move all the equipment that we had just set up about 30 seconds before air.
You got a picture there, Greg?
I got an audio check.
Okay, we'll cut separate tapes. That'll make it easier. All right. Give me fire for about 15 seconds.
And if I need to, I will get back to you. I'm going to power down now.
Just for your information, United Pumping does not handle compressed gas. That's what you're dealing with down there.
Y'all concentrate. What are you trying to tell us? Get up, turn up the IFB.
The IFB is an interrupt frequency broadcast from the studio.
which gives us off air. It also gives us the studio where the AD interrupts, giving us cues.
I still can't hear you guys. Could you somebody say something, please?
13 minutes. And
everything that I had ordered cut is going to be used on the 5.
No, they'll have something for you.
We'll use some of the tape that Chuck set in, and we'll resume him feeding in a couple minutes again.
10-4, I'll let them know.
Being in the truck, I have communication with the studio that the people who are outside the truck and getting ready for the remote don't have. So I have to give them information.
Right now,
it's a minute remote.
From Walter
They're going to give him some shots of the fire and traffic.
This specific assignment created problems because we had to move camera locations 4 different times, which creates a tremendous problem when you're working with a deadline.
Can we get real close to the thing then and just switch around?
If I move one more time, Mark, I'm going to pull your mustache out by each little hair.
The tanks are unstable in the condition that they're in now.